So this is a story that broke yesterday super early in the morning, and maybe you've seen it, but we've got a little bit to talk about. The Verge, which is part of VOX Media, has apparently been filing false copyright strikes. Now, you may remember The Verge put out this really terrible video trying to show people how to build a PC, and they were mocked across the internet. Well, we'll come back to that because it's really important. That example of them trying to build a PC and doing it poorly and their reaction to it proves that this social justice narrative of harassment campaigns they try to use every time they get criticized doesn't always make sense, doesn't always work. First, let's take a look at the latest news because we do have some updates for those that have been following the story. This is Kyle. I'm not familiar with Kyle, but the official Bitwit Twitter account. And he said, Vox.com just removed the Lyle reacts to the Verge PC build video claiming copyright violation, and YouTube, without warning, felt that was deserving of a strike against the channel. Watch out. And so we have this first image. A copyright owner asked us to take down your video because they believe it contains material that violates their copyright. Now, first, I want to point out, I have filed copyright strikes against, copyright claims against maybe like 3 videos ever out of the like 1,500 or 2,000 that I've had, because there's a lot of videos that don't exist anymore that were archives of my live streams from way back in the day before I was on YouTube. So there was a huge library, and for the most part, my stance was like, hey man, if you want to take my video and share it, like whatever, credit to me. And a lot of the videos that I put out, I'm talking in them, so I kind of don't care, right? If somebody, I did coverage of Hurricane Sandy back in 2012, and it was re-uploaded by a ton of different people, and I kind of just said, fine, it's me on camera. I wasn't concerned with building a YouTube channel, and it actually helped me sell the rights to the footage to some networks. So I was like, it's fine. I've never. So here's the point: when you file a copyright claim against a video, they don't get a strike. You have to tell YouTube, not only do I want to claim this video and the money it makes, I want you to strike them and take the video down. That's much more egregious, okay? Because typically when you do a copyright claim, you get all the revenue. So most people are content, right? So there's a few videos I have that have been claimed because music plays in the background. And yes, if you're doing a video and someone walks by with a radio playing, you've just lost the copyright to your entire video. You've got to get that music out of there. So there's some tricks you can do to mute the audio, muffle the audio, pitch shift or whatever, try and remove their music. But to then go and say, not only do I want to claim this, I want to strike it. This gives you a strike on your channel. It means you can't live stream anymore. My understanding is that copyright strikes are similar to community guidelines. So they say, according to this image, he received a strike because they demanded it, and it was removed by Vox Media Inc. Now, here's the thing. It wasn't just, do I have the other tweet? It's not just this guy from Bitwit. I think this might be the article. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's the YouTube video. We also have Review Tech USA, and they put out a video that said, so the Verge Vox Media gave me a copyright strike because their feelings are hurt. Well, I don't want to say it's because their feelings are hurt. I think their feelings are irrelevant. I think they're doing damage control. That's my opinion. But we can. So here's the thing I want to say on Review Tech. I don't doubt Review Tech. I'm not super familiar with them. They posted this image in their video, but they did remove who the claimant was. So trust them if you want, but keep in mind, for privacy reasons, he removed this, but it also means we don't have direct confirmation. It came directly from Vox. At least it's my understanding. I could be wrong, but he's saying it's from Vox, so you can trust him if you want. Considering what happened to the other guy, I think it's likely, but we do have an update, so this is important. Bitwit Kyle said, good news and update. My counter notification to Vox's claim was reviewed by YouTube in my favor, and the reaction video is back up. YouTube sent me a copy of the email they sent to The Verge. Here's the first part. It says, hi, The Verge. We are very concerned that your copyright notification may not be valid for some or all of the videos identified in your notification. Please keep in mind that in many countries, it is legal to use copyrighted works in specific ways without the owner's authorization, particularly for transformative purposes such as news reporting, parody, commentary, or review. The email goes on to say, The Verge can still try explaining to YouTube why they think their claim is valid, but I think they've hit a dead end. Nice to see YouTube standing up for creators and fair use. Still, they need to start manually reviewing copyright strike claims or letting creators dispute the claim before any disciplinary action is taken to avoid all this madness. Anyway, Lyle says hi. So The other thing I pulled up, I'm not sure what WCCF Tech is, but they did a write-up of this. Now let's get to the important part about how the media functions and these left-wing activist outlets. When this so I wanted to point out this blog that I have pulled up, specifically WCCF Tech, because surprise, surprise, this is not being written about by any of the big outlets. You know why? Well, as I've stated in many videos, they're all friends with each other, and they got each other's back, and they're not going to cross that line. Not only that, but they don't want to go to war with each other. When I worked for Fusion, I wanted to call out bad actors at other companies, and I was looking at these news stories, and I knew that they were putting out BS, and I was told specifically, like, hey, man, look, don't call them out. They'll call us out for doing the same thing. And I was like, whoa, what? Yes. So here's what they did. For those that aren't familiar, maybe... There's, you know what? I got to do a quick honorable mention. The reason this is interesting, especially, is because Verge just published this 2 days ago. YouTube's copyright strikes have become a tool for extortion. The Verge wrote this. They wrote this 2 days before they issued a false strike against these, or they've been accused of issuing these false strikes. At least according to the evidence, I think it's reasonable to make that assumption. But I'm very careful about, we don't have multiple sources here, so I don't want to get sued. But it looks like they've done this, and this is something they wrote. So a lot of people are saying, hey, maybe they discovered this and then... But I think they're unrelated. I think this person, Shoshana Wadinsky, probably just wrote this up. No one at Verge knew, and then Verge Legal or Copyright are the ones who did the claims. But back to WCCF Tech. I'm not going to read the article. I wanted to highlight this specifically because these companies kind of circle the wagons around each other. But here's what's fascinating. When The Verge made this video, okay, actually, oh, you know what? I had it up. I don't have it. Let me see if I think they might have it here. So, well, anyway, here's a few examples, and you had this guy, I don't know his name, and he was building a PC, and he did it really, really poorly. He got, everyone in the tech space was basically making videos saying, dude, whoa, do not listen to this guy. You might actually break your computer. You're going to cause problems. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and it could damage your equipment. These people, these tech reviewers, are not political. They are not involved in the culture war. They're not misogynists. They're not misandrous. They're not racists. They're not gamers. None of that. They're just tech bloggers who talk about GPUs and whatnot, and the how to maximize the output of overclocking or whatever. But here's what The Verge said. The Verge said, or implied, it was a racist, targeted harassment campaign. Yes, they tried pulling that card on a community of tech reviewers who have nothing to do with the culture war. It doesn't work, but that's their only defense. They tried claiming that there was racists targeting this man or something to that effect, like, we refused to respond to the criticism from these people because it was a bad faith harassment campaign. No. The Verge, you made a video that was going to damage equipment and was going to cost people money and potentially hurt people, right? If somebody did something wrong, you've got to be serious about building things like this. You can't just have a random person who has no idea what they're talking about. And the video was really just, it was awful for so many other reasons. Like, in the beginning of the video, this dude says, here are the tools you need. And he says, a Swiss Army knife that hopefully has a Phillips head screwdriver. And you're just like, why not just a Phillips screwdriver? What are you doing? So the Verge's immediate defense is to jump on the, oh no, we're being attacked by racists and white supremacists. And it makes no sense. The defense doesn't work. And so they were eventually forced to issue an update, a correction. Now what are they doing? Well, a lot of people are assuming that the reason for these copyright strikes, again, to remove the video, is because they're trying to black hole it from the internet. But I gotta say, it's almost like somebody at The Verge doesn't understand the concept of the Barbara Streisand effect. I love that she's earned herself a position in internet infamy. Basically, you're probably familiar. If you're not, she, back in the day, there was a photo of her house that was published, and she didn't want people to see it, so she demanded to take it down. And then all the news stories said, hey, breaking news, Barbara Streisand filed a legal complaint over this photo, making that photo go viral. So now here we are again. I don't know how long it's been that this terrible video put up by The Verge was ridiculed and mocked. They've done this for whatever reason. Maybe, I can only assume they understand the concept of putting copyright strikes on multiple YouTube accounts is going to generate a ton of traffic, towards the video, and it's going to get me talking about it again. But I do want to just, I don't want to, I'm not going to go on too long with this, but I do want to just point out this article, which makes the whole thing seem just a bit malicious or nefarious, that The Verge publishes an article where they go over exactly how and why people are filing false copyright strikes against people's channels, and then only a few days later, they start doing the same thing. Well, I'll say the same thing in the sense I don't think they're demanding money from these people. But it is curious timing. Now, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist. Again, I'm probably just going to assume it's coincidental, but it is interesting, isn't it? So, lastly, look, YouTube typically sides with the copyright claimant first, which in my opinion is kind of screwed up. The video should not be removed. The channel should not get a strike. YouTube should say to you first, there is someone who has filed a strike against your account over this video. Can you justify it? And if you can't, then you get in trouble. That's it. That's this weird pink screen. Anyway, I'll wrap it up there. So that's the latest update. I'm not sure where we're at so far with Review Tech USA. They just published this yesterday. But I'll probably tweet about it. There's a big update. I don't think I'll make another video about this. But a lot of people were asking me to talk about the issue. So here we go. And it was shout out to the two channels that were caught up in this. You've got Bitwit, BITWIT, and you've got Review Tech USA. So you can check them out if you want to see any updates in the future. But stick around. I'll have another video at 1 p.m. and I will see you then.